Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have a super exciting video for you guys today and I want to talk about the concept of perfectionism. It's something that I think not only kids deal with these days, but it's also something that parents deal with. In the age of technology and social media, we are constantly comparing ourselves to this person and that person, and we're posting things that are positive highlights in our life, and we're not always paying attention to the negative things that happen around us. So we're constantly having to compare ourselves to everyone else's perfectionism and get in that state of thinking that we have to ourselves be perfect. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that spots for my one-to-one are opening up, so if you want to schedule a consult, I'm going to leave the link down below and you can get on that. And just a reminder, this consult is for those who are feeling like they're lacking in their self-confidence, they're feeling like they're disconnected from themselves, they're dealing with grief, maybe loss, and they want to feel connected. They want to feel connected in their relationships, connected to themselves, and they want to feel empowered and confident. So if you find yourself in that situation, I urge you to check out the free consult because it's going to be really helpful. You're going to get some value out of it anyways. So I'll leave that link down below. So, like I mentioned, perfectionism is something that we all are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It's something our kids deal with, and it's something that parents deal with as well. And as you guys know, I like to do a lot of research on the topic of a video so that I can give you as much information densely packed in as I can, and I want to give you information that is relevant and useful and practical for you. So I'm going to be taking some information from the authors of the No Drama Discipline and the Whole Brain Child, which are pretty well-known parenting books in our day and age. So Daniel Siegel talks about the way that we deal with perfectionism as it is something that resides in our mind. So he talks about this concept called Mindsight, which is the way we understand our mind. So the way he talks about Mindsight is in the form of a diagram. So I'm going to draw that out for you, and hopefully this is going to make more sense. So the way he talks about it is that the Mindsight, or the awareness of our mind, kind of looks like a bicycle wheel. So in the center, there's the hub, and on the outside is the rim. So the hub, I'm just going to label, and the rim. So the rim, the portion on the outside of the bicycle wheel, is our outward sensations. So it's our physical sensations, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our desires, our memories, things that we perceive and things that have happened to us in the past, so such as memories. And the hub, as he call it, is our awareness. And the outward perceptions, so the things that we perceive, like our thoughts and our feelings and our desires, those determine what happens in the hub. And like I mentioned, the hub is the awareness. He also refers to it as the executive brain, which controls our understanding, and it controls what we take action on, and it controls how we think about ourselves and how we think about others. So it's our connection to ourselves, right? And so all of these pieces of the rim, so you have little quadrants in the rim, right? Because they make up all of our things. They make up our thoughts and our feelings and our sensations. So when we focus on a certain aspect of the rim, that determines our state of mind. So if we are focusing on the things that are anxiety producing, which often leads to perfectionism, so if we're focused on our physical sensations, let's say, so like a knot in our stomach or the sweatiness of our palms, or if we're focused on the fact that our shoulders are tense, or if we're focused on the fact that we can't physically complete a task at hand, we perceive it as anxiousness in our mind, and we become anxious. But instead, he says, if we integrate all aspects of the rim, we can have a full understanding of awareness. So if we focus on the fact that, let's say, it's sunny outside right now, we in turn feel a different feeling than if we were to focus on the sweatiness of our palms, which makes us feel anxious. So if we were to focus on the weather, if we were to focus on a good memory that happened in the past, or if we were to focus on that we did a good deed today, or that, we did something to volunteer, or we did something that has either helped us or someone around us, anything that makes us feel good or anything that relaxes us, we would in turn feel something in our state of mind. We would maybe feel happy. We would maybe feel excited or joyful. So if we focus on different aspects of the rim, different parts of the rim, we can change the way that we're feeling on the inside. And I know it's kind of hard to understand because sometimes you have a thought and you kind of just can't get rid of the thought. But if you focus on something that relaxes you or that brings you joy, like a fond memory, you can shift your focus from feeling anxious to feeling happy, or to feeling relaxed, or to feeling calm, or to feeling motivated or excited, something that is not going to get you in that perpetual state of thinking. Another way that he describes this is the fact that you are the one giving your attention to all of these pieces of the rim. You are the one that puts your focus and your energy on these negative aspects of the rim that's getting you to feel this way. So you can in turn take a step back, get the bigger picture, focus on all of the pieces of the rim, all of those good things, all of the things that you are great at, all of the things that excite you or that bring you joy or that you can focus on that has a positive thought in your mind. So you can integrate all of those pieces together to make that hub fully aware and fully integrated into all the parts of your being. So you are not a certain aspect of your rim. You are not those anxious thoughts or those sensations. You are not an anxious person. You are all of those pieces of the rim. And it's your responsibility and your job to focus your energy on all the parts of the rim. And I think this, looking at it as like a bicycle, the awareness wheel, which is what he calls this method, it's a great opportunity for you as a parent to show your child that they can focus their energy on something other that's creating this negative thought in their mind. They can focus their energy on a positive memory, and they can focus their energy on something that brings them joy. But they are ultimately the control of this hub. Nobody else can control this hub. No thought, feeling, being, or sensation can control the hub. You yourself can control this. And I think it's a great way to look at it for a kid because, they at some points they want to feel like they're in control, and at some points they feel like they are not in control. But at the end of the day, they are always control of the hub. I also think this is a great method to think of it for parents, because parents often get in this state of mind too. And maybe not think of it as this bicycle wheel, but just as this inner part of you that can fully control your being. You don't have to focus on these negative aspects of the wheel. You can focus on the whole wheel. You can focus on the good parts of the wheel. You can do whatever you want and you can control your hub. So Siegel also says that we can get into this perpetual state of mind, or this critical state of mind, as he calls it, that when we're focused on a certain sector of these rims, these negative aspects of the rim that makes us feel anxious or makes us feel undesirable or feeling like we're not worthy enough, that we can get into a state of mind where you confuse the state of am and the state of feeling. So we start to do this self-talk where instead of saying, I feel lonely or I feel sad, I am sad or I am lonely. And if you get into this kind of self-talk, this again affects your hub. This affects the way that you see yourself and the then decisions that you make in the world and the way that you think about yourself. So the way that you think about yourself and the way that you think about the world is always going to affect your action. So the being always affects what you do. And so if we can get rid of this self-talk, if we can stop getting into this perpetual state of thinking where we're always focusing on those negative aspects of the rim, we can in turn affect our actions. This tool is a great way to not only change the way that you think about the world, but change the way you think about yourself. And again, I just wanted to point out that Siegel also says that this method can actually change the way our brain is wired. So it changes our neuroplasticity of the brain because it starts to fire new neurons, and these neurons get connected and they're wired together now. So it starts forming new connections and new connections and new connections, and having this train of thinking when you're in a perpetual state So being able to come out of that perpetual state is a skill, right? So that's how it's changing the way that our brain is working, because once we get into this perpetual state of thinking and you start practicing doing this, getting your mind out of it, it'll just come automatically, and you'll start doing it more and more and more so that you know how to cope with that anxious feeling and you know how to get yourself out of a rut, so to speak. So just to recap, we just talked about how to use the wheel of awareness to get yourself out of those moments where you're in a perpetual state of thinking, where you're feeling not worthy, where you're feeling anxious, where you're feeling like you just aren't good enough. And focusing your energy from these small aspects of the rim and starting to focus on either the positive aspects of the rim or integrating all parts of the rim to then control your hub, which is your awareness and your state of mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys got some use out of it. I think this is a really practical tool to give a try to not only your child, but also to you as well. So let me know in the comments what you guys think and if this tool actually worked for you. And for those of you who stuck around to the end of the video, I'm going to be linking that PDF in the description of this video. So make sure you guys get your hands on that. And again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.